Hey, what is going on? Welcome into the channel. Super happy to have you here. My name is Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive, and we're going to look at your energy for today. So let's get into it. The astrology is calming down a bit. Not as much tension transits in the air today. Things are starting to dissipate, which is super nice, super welcomed. We need a little time of rest and reprieve, not having to deal with all the BS 24/7. It's important to really honor and nourish yourself today is what I'm hearing in regards to this. Venus is having a hard time with the change, right? Venus is square to Pluto. And so it just brings up a lot of disappointment, a lot of wishing it wasn't that way, hoping it can be different, etc. And sometimes that can be very limiting. It can trap us in a cycle that really isn't helping us move forward. There is grief, but honestly, it's not as heavy. I feel like the energy is more about empowerment today, feeling good about who you are, accepting the change for sure, bringing it into acceptance, but also enjoying the progress, enjoying the fruits of your labor that you've made, getting through some of these harder things that are now starting to see a little bit more resolve. And we'll continue to see this as we move through mid-October because Pluto will be going direct during that time. It's very welcomed. We've been waiting for it to officially move into Aquarius. It's gonna give you the opportunity to really connect with things that you're hopeful about, things that you wish for, that you want in your life, and make choices accordingly, right? Not winding back up in these cycles of karma, these lessons, been there, done that, that type of vibe. So we'll start off with this energy cleansing, set the tone, set the vibe for the reading. Little blessing for you, little blessing for me, and for the messages that come through. It's also a really good time to set your own intention as well. Give messages that you would like to receive, guidance, questions you may have to spirit, and be open to receive. All right, let's get into it. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, annoyance, impatience. Cleanse it and remove it from our beings. Help us to see the messages clearly, and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love. Amen. So, as I was mentioning, there's movement. Mars is starting to lose its tension, lose those spaces where we've been hitting a lot of proverbial brick walls, blocks, etc. from how you want to take action. The things that you think are right for yourself, for whatever you're going after, whatever you're aligning with this change. And a lot of those attempts have fallen flat, kind of annoying, really annoying actually, you know. It has been a testing period. Pluto has been retrograding back into Capricorn, and Capricorn really forces us to do the hard work, right? Even when it's not fun, even when it's not pretty, even when, you know, you're making the right choices, so to speak, like I was saying, as I'm talking about this, endure pops out. Cards never lie. That's what I love. But yeah, it's this value of endurance. You know, and I hear this on a deeper layer of it's setting a stronger foundation for when that Pluto does move into Aquarius. When you are aligning a little bit more with how you want your world to look what you want to do for yourself, the ways you want to bring in love, support, stability, and abundance. And it's been something that has been tricky. It's been challenging. There's still things that you need to make peace with, specifically related to the change, specifically related to the past, whether this is a dynamic with someone else or within yourself. Needing to absolve those patterns, those dynamics, so you can beautifully transition moving forward. I love this, escape. So today is about escaping. It's the weekend when I'm recording this. I mean, these messages are always timeless. If you find messages here that resonate with you, definitely take what fits. But when I'm recording this, it is a Saturday and it's about escaping, having a little bit more fun, being a little more lighthearted. I'm hearing you have the time, the space, the energy to do so. And there's this practice of like ebb and flow when we talk about manifestations, when we talk about going after our goals. There, it's dynamism and silence, it's action and rest. We need both of those things in order to have a more holistic or well-rounded manifestation. Otherwise, we choose things that don't fit and we find out a couple weeks, couple months down the road, couple years, hopefully not. This cycle of Pluto going into Aquarius is going to be lasting for about like 20 years. So you might want to get your shit straight, right? It's important. Not that we can't evolve from patterns, within those next 20 years, but it just makes it a little bit harder, because if we can't see the lesson, if we can't make better decisions, grow, evolve from those dynamics that have been really painful, then we're going to walk right back into them. And this is a time to go after what you want. This is a time to go after what inspires you, what makes you feel passionate, this utopia that you want to live in. This is coming through astrologically. We also see this everywhere in popular culture, with the issues that are coming up, the way people are challenging, the machine, what has been in place for quite some time, in order to make changes, in order to not have to be so attached to it, right? Like there's so many different ways to be successful and abundant and thrive in this world. And that's what's really cool. But we also have to make sure that we're putting the right people, places, and things around us to do so. It's all interconnected. Ayurveda talks a lot about this, specifically Maharishi Ayurveda, in that it's like, it is that mind, body, and soul connection, but it's also what's in your surroundings, who and what you're communing with, and how that affects your livelihood. And some of these things do need to be absolved, right? I.e. the changes that you're looking for. They're needed, but it's okay. Sometimes you can take a break, right? And today is about having that break. You need it. I think you need a little rest and reprieve. Try not to put too much stress on your plate. It's the day of Saturn, which but honestly, Saturn is harmoniously aspected to Mars. So going back to that ability to make successful actions, decisions to move forward is really favorable today. There still is a little tension with Jupiter, but that goes back to what I was talking about in the very beginning, where it's like, you know enough, you see enough, and you feel confident in the changes that you want to make, right? Yeah, but there is this Temperance, Knave of Pentacles component, Page of Pentacles. So this is about like remaining grounded, remaining balanced, trying not to get too in your feels. today about what is changing. The moon is negatively aspected to Venus. And remember, Venus is having a really hard time with those changes. Venus is directly connected to our heart, to what we love, you know, those connections that are meaningful to us that don't work out in the way that we had hoped. It is a grief. But like I said, you feel a little bit more grounded in that knowledge, accepting, making peace. You're continuing to do so. Balance is required, right? Balance in a way that's bringing you what you want quicker, right? I think sometimes we have a mentality in modern culture that you gotta like be so in this masculine energy of like work and push and make things happen, but it really actually just becomes suffocating when you do. Earth energy is slow. Unfortunately, I've been observing that. I'm like, dude, it like takes so long. And I like to move fast, you know. I like to get her done, you know, all the things. There is going to be sadness, 5 of Cups with the Absolved. There is going to be sadness about what has happened. Just try not to dip into that too much today. Yeah, it's making a choice to walk away. I love this. 8 of Cups with escape, right? Because these things can be painful, they can be all consuming, you know, thinking about it all the time or feeling the feels or feeling heavy or, you know, and this isn't about avoiding, but it's about, like I said, giving yourself that break. Anything that makes you show up in a dynamic that way where you do have to obsess or you don't have answers or you're always guessing, always questioning, well, I mean, is it worth it? That is the answer right there. And when we're busy doing other things or choose to distract ourselves from the reality, it makes it really hard to see clearly. That's how we end up in those cycles again. Jupiter is positively aspected to the healing, right? There's that 2 of Pentacles. So there is going to be a lot to juggle. It's not easy peasy lemon squeezy. We are pushing through this last 3 weeks of Pluto being in retrograde. And we also have Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune in retrograde as well. So it is forcing you to do the harder work, the deeper work, right? To unlearn those patterns. Make an intentional choice to walk away from what you know you're closing out, right? Making that intentional choice to move forward, to not stay stuck in the hurt, the pain, the grief. This message has been coming up a lot for us this week. It's really attached to Libra season because our partnerships are in focus right now. Those dynamics where, you know, it didn't work out. It wasn't what we thought it was, or someone showed a different side of themselves that is a bitter pill to swallow. Yeah, but you know what it is. And I feel like as much as there has been like quote unquote tests, you see it for what it is. These tests are actually revealing the truth to you about who and what someone is. Take note, you know, like repeated patterns, behavior, people showing the toxic part of themselves, where they hide, where they lie, where they deceive. That 7 of Swords energy. It's saying take note of that. Yeah. And think it through. I feel like there's some things that you're giving someone or something or a group of people like too much of the benefit of the doubt, not acknowledging enough of the toxicity or the way that they've managed the relationship, the dynamic with you, because you are stuck in the sadness around some of these things. Like, yeah, I think on some level you're like ready and you know that you have to cut it off or really set some strong boundaries. You're confident in that, but it's just, Five of Cups is when we're so focused on what didn't work out that we forget to look at what is happening in the present to bring in those manifestations for the future. And when we become so engrossed, like sometimes we just have to be at peace about the fact that we don't have all the answers. 9 of Cups comes up today. So yeah, it's about like claiming, quote unquote, claiming what you want, right? Claiming what is your wish fulfillment, how you want things to look, what you want your life, your family, your structure, your stability to embody. You have an opportunity to look at that in a really profound way today. Yes, it might not include people, places, and things from the past, but it's also like, it goes back, I think I was saying this earlier, it feels very empowering. It's an empowering energy, right? It's empowering energy because you're seeing the truth, the reality, which has been painful, which has not come easy. But people are selfish. People, yeah, they're selfish about what they want, how they want things to look. So anywho, right, we've been down this road a lot. And this is, again, more about like giving yourself today a little time, a little space, a little energy to let go, to have some fun. You know, like I said, get done what you need to, but plan something that like really makes you excited, that makes you feel like you are just kind of getting out of your own element, switching up the environment for a period of time, because you are going to need some focus moving forward. It's not the end quite yet with some things. As much as you can acknowledge to yourself that they're done and over with, there still is some drama that's playing out. We see this in Mercury. Ooh, so many. But guess who came out? I'll take this guy. We see this with Mercury in opposition to both Neptune and the North Node. So really kind of making sure that you're not sugarcoating it, right? That's part of that, needing to acknowledge people's bad behavior. We just had the Emperor, 9 of Pentacles, pop out. This guy's been popping out for us a lot. And we also have the King of Cups and 7 of Cups. So I'm hearing like people are scrambling today. People, because they're maybe seeing a little bit more autonomy within you, they're scrambling. They're trying to figure out what their options are. There is a lot of emotion around it, but this Emperor still kind of has this like FU energy. This Emperor is like very self-sustaining, like only focused on self. It's selfish for sure, but it's just like that's all they think about, right? And you have no, let me clarify this a little bit more. You don't really have what your wants, your needs are not even taken into account. Yeah. This is someone who has a little bit of a bully energy, breadcrumbing, like dangling the carrot, causing some drama, not really knowing how to use their words to say what they need, having that conversation. Okay, so there's also this other, this makes a lot of sense, like with this new and old dynamic, because there is someone who's watching you. There's someone who's like really interested in you, someone who is trying to figure out some options to come forward. excuse me, whew, that's me. Trying to figure out what options to take to come forward. Really interested, been watching you for quite some time, maybe even acknowledging a little bit more of their like heart, their intentions towards you. It could be love. It doesn't necessarily have to be. Take it how it resonates for you. But this is someone who's just like into you, you know, who really likes your vibe and wants to connect with you, who feels drawn to you. A lot of happiness. And they're kind of ready to take a chance. This is something that maybe they were kind of trying to talk themselves out of for a while, because it does feel like they've had their eye on you for a while. And now they might be taking this leap of faith in the near future is what I'm hearing. Maybe not right today. Something's brewing, and I feel like they're holding off. I feel like they're holding off from connecting with you. Not with anything ill intention. It's more fear. Fear of the unknown, fear how it's going to play out, what's going to be said, etc. And so they're hesitant. And so I feel like when they actually go through with it, it's almost going to be a whim, you know, like, it's like, F it, I'm just going to do it. Or, you know, little liquid courage, that type of vibe connected to it. I feel like this Emperor is kind of like not paying attention. This person thinks that they have like a hold over you, and they're not even seeing this new opportunity come. It's coming out of left field. And I feel like for you as well, right? Because you have been kind of fixated or focused on the drama that you're trying to walk away from, the drama that's with this Emperor energy. This is going to shake things up. I feel like this new opportunity coming in with this King of Cups, Seven of Cups is really going to shake up this dynamic as a whole. It does feel like it is bringing closure to the old. It's helping wrap up a cycle for you. But it's all a waiting game right now. Yeah, making sure that you're just staying stable, supported within yourself, grounding, taking time to meditate, taking it slow today, right? Maybe in this time of escaping, do some self-love, self-care, really focus on what your body, mind, and soul needs. It's going to help you ground. It's going to help you reconnect with yourself and give you the strength that you need, because there is going to be a lot playing out, like I said, over the next couple of weeks. And you're going to need your strength to deal with this, because as soon as you do turn the page, this past stuff is going to be rearing its head. It already is in a way, but I feel like because they're so focused on themselves or like what they have going on and not really paying attention to you, in the way that they're not seeing this offer come in, it's gonna bring up some drama. It's gonna bring up some of that chaos, guidance from spirit, you know? So really keep your heart, your mind open. Just keep trying to connect with yourself, with what your intuition is saying, with what spirit is saying, angels, passed over loved ones, spirit guides, however that resonates for you, God, Jesus, Mother Mary, however that resonates for you. It's, you know, prayer is such a powerful thing. It really helps bring in that extra team of love, that support that we need to get over some of these more difficult things, difficult people. And it's happening and it's coming to head. And I feel like you're past the hardest part, but I still feel like you need your stamina, your endurance to kind of like get to the other side. So thank you so much for your time and energy always. I hope you found messages that resonated for you here. Definitely drop comments below if you did. I love to hear. I love to connect with you. Even just sharing a little love, TLC. Thank you for all the love and support you bring to the channel. I'm sending it back your way.